Hey guys, so last week you all read this new poem, The Street Dweller, and you had a chance to find the main idea with supporting text evidence that goes along with that main idea. So we're actually going to go back to it this week because we are going to be working on comparing poetry with other informational texts. So it's kind of blending what we did at the beginning of the unit with what we just did. All right, so we have our poem, The Street Dweller. If you don't quite remember, go back, reread it. And like I said, you found that main idea. All right, and so this poem, just kind of looking through some of the main ideas that you guys put, saw a lot of great ideas and saw some ideas that needed a little bit more building on. All right. So I had some people say like the main idea was homelessness, or it was about a homeless man, which are all good starting points, but we need to build on that. All right, so when we're looking for main ideas, a good place to start is to start with the topic, which would be homelessness, but we need to build on that. What about homelessness might this poem be saying? All right, main ideas are not just one or two words. We have to build on that. All right, so yes, this is about homelessness, but we want to be more specific than that. All right, excuse me. So I saw, looking at the other main ideas, saw a lot of good ones. Saw some people talk about, I can't remember who said it, but they talked about how, despite this person being homeless, they were streetwise, which I thought was really neat. For things like makes me far from useless. From place to place I trek, I know bins full of food, and outside would shop to beg. So, this person might know things that other people might not know. Kind of down here. But I use the common sense given by the Most High when I look to the sky and can tell if it shall rain or shine. All right. So a lot of people say how the main idea of this poem was maybe to, despite being in kind of this negative situation or despite being homeless, this person, still had a lot of hope and still really looked at themselves with pride, despite living on the street, they're still able to survive. They're one of the fittest. They're a survivor. So that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for, with this main idea, I didn't mean to say main ideas. We said something along the lines of, we want to have, hope during bad times, or, making the best out of bad situations, or kind of like the one I said at the beginning, despite being homeless and kind of being looked down upon by other people, this person still had this this drive and this this streetwise sense, that they could survive on the street when probably other people couldn't. All right, so those are all great ideas that we can revolve around. So make sure if you put that the main idea was just homelessness, we go back and we try to build on that a little bit for this next part. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be comparing main ideas of poetry with an informational text. All right. Sorry, I have the hiccups. So I'm not going to give you a new poem to kind of look at, because I want you to use one that we're familiar with, but I am going to give you an informational text with it. So I found this one, if you read just the little blurb, says these young track stars were homeless for more than a year, but they didn't let that keep them down. All right, so this poem is actually about 3 sisters who were homeless, but they actually turned out to be really, really good track stars. So same topic. All right, so what I want you guys to do for today is I want you to read this informational text and read this poem if you feel like you've forgotten it a little bit. Since you already found the main idea of the poem, all you'll need to do is revisit that and maybe build on it if you didn't quite say enough. But then you're also going to find the main idea of this article. So what is the article mainly about? All right, and again, we're looking for more than 1 or 2 words. All right, we don't want to say it's about homelessness or it's about, track. Build on that a little bit. What about it? All right, so read this article. It's not too long. All right, I tried to find one that was decently short for you guys. Find the main idea. So at that point, you're going to have 2 main ideas. You're going to have one for the article and one for the poem. All right, and then I want you to answer just 2 simple questions about it. How are the main ideas of the text the same? And then how are the main ideas of the text different? All right, they are similar, but they are also different. All right, so we're just going to be comparing, specifically looking at the main idea of what they're mostly about and comparing those. All right, and then for the rest of the week, we're going to kind of look at different things about this article and this poem that we could also compare. All right, so that's going to be our focus for the rest of the week, is comparing 2 texts, except one of them is going to be poetry, one of them is going to be an article or an informational text. All right, so as always, let me know if you guys have questions. But like I said, we're just answering those 2 questions after we read both of these and find the main idea. All right.